Ooh, elevator.
Oh.
Oh.
So how was it? Did you like it?
Awesome.
Was it scary at all or no?
Kinda.
That's two of us, no worries.
You were here.
So this elevator ride will take 42 seconds only to the gift shop. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but you gotta be quick. Not much time left.
Mickey D's. I want to go to Mickey D's. That's my question.
So what?
Could you pay for my Mickey D's? That's my question. Wow.
Almost there.
What's that?
The next train will arrive in 3 minutes on the right.
I also too usually don't love a coffee, like a hot. Do you not like any coffee?
I'll do a cappuccino, something that has other stuff in it.
Yes. Yes. You know, I felt the same way. In getting the job here, I've learned to enjoy a black cup of coffee a little bit more. So we'll have to see. But I love an open mind. Usually I like to start with a little icebreaker. You want to do your name, where you're from. Brew methods affect or accentuate the natural flavors of our coffee. So the first one that we have is our Seattle Roastery Micro Blend that I did on a French press. I love this one. It's very special. Here at the roastery, we don't do any dark roast. So this is kind of the darkest that it gets. I love this one because I think when we get to some of our more rare or interesting processed coffees, sometimes they get a little too far away from like a cup of joe. Like my grandma, she loves a cup of coffee. She drinks a cup of coffee every day, but she loves like an Italian, a French roast, like the darkest of the dark roasts. And so sometimes I'll bring her coffee and she's like, boy, what is that? Like, she's like, I want coffee and that's not what you just gave me. And so that's why I love the Seattle, because it's as close to a dark roast as you can get. It's very cup of joe energy. And that's why I like to do it in the French press, because I think the French press is a full immersion brew technique as opposed to like our filtration brew, which we have right here, which means that you get a lot out of it. You get a lot out of your grounds that you're extracting because they're in full contact the whole time. And the biggest difference is the filtration, but also the filter. This one is going to be a metal filter, and this one is going to be a paper filter, obviously. Beautiful. And so the Seattle Roastery Microblend, I think I already mentioned, you can't get anywhere else in the world except the Seattle Roastery. I love this one and diversify their client base, because you know Starbucks goes out of business and these farms that have been producing coffee for generations now no longer don't have any like a diverse client base. They're in the hard spot. So I think it's important for them to be able to. Put this under there and it goes straight in there. With this one, I preheat my kettle and I preheat my vessel, but I'm still putting the water in there to then pouring it in there. Built in 1910 as a Packard dealership. So as you see all those little Art Deco details up there and all the frames on the windows, all of that is original, over 100 years old. You see all these huge windows that let all that beautiful natural light. We have that Seattle and we tried the Brazil, right? So you get all of those here. We have two different types of coffee here. We have our hand rolled bags and we have our flavor locked bags. No, it's okay. It's fine. If you see this one is fully sealed. You can smell it. And now it's in every roastery in the world. And so it's just about that creative innovation. And I think as I see all these colors, all these different textures, it's like a blank canvas, right? I also think if we look at the ovens back there, you know, I think in this modern technological era, it's no longer what can technology do, but what we want from technology. I think these ovens are a perfect example, combining a classic wood-burning oven with modern technology to give us that consistency. So you get that charcoal, woody, smoky flavor without the inconsistency that usually comes with a wood-burning oven, right? Those are how all of our coffee beans come into the roastery. So those burlap sacks are then cut open, and then those chain pipes take them up over to our green storage. If you follow those pipes, you can watch it. That's called our green storage. From our green storage, they then get taken either to the small batch roaster or the big batch roaster. The small batch roaster just allows us to have more precision and accuracy in how we roast our coffee, as opposed to the big batch roaster, which just does like 125 pounds of coffee at a time. Pull out the sun-dried coffee on those big terraces. If we come down the stairs and we look at the variation in the wood there, that's supposed to represent how the architect saw everybody stirring their coffee with their stir sticks. In the fruit of a coffee plant, it's all in the seed or the bean. And so humans would then spit the seed out because it was so hard it would break your teeth. That's why you shouldn't eat that one. I didn't mean to like mom voice you, my bad. It's like, don't eat that one. the black tube on the top of the roaster is what filters out all of the chaff out of the beans as they're being roasted. So it does come off. To take those green beans and we send them to Knob Creek, where those green beans, me when I say the same thing 4 times, where those green beans sit in used whiskey barrels and they soak up all of that whiskey oaky flavor. It's the only bean that we don't roast at the roastery. And that is because, as you can imagine, green beans that have been soaking in liquor for the last 7 weeks, roasting them at 400 degrees is a little dangerous, especially if you do like 5 feet away from people. So we have a special roastery in Kentucky that can deal with these. You gotta stay close to the homeland. And so, yes. And so during that roasting process, all the alcohol is completely cooked off, leaving us with a zero spirits, alcohol-free little drink, but all of that flavor that's in there.